Welcome, welcome. It's good to see everybody. This morning I wanted to start out with a Zen story. It's not exactly a story, but it's a koan case. A koan is a kind of a enigmatic puzzle that can't be comprehended with the intellect alone. And there's actually quite a bit to this story, and I'm not going to share the whole thing. Just a certain phrase. There's just a certain phrase I want to share. At the very beginning, when a single particle is picked up, the whole Earth is contained in it. Isn't that interesting? When a single particle is picked up, the whole Earth is contained in it. You might think, well, isn't the Earth a little bit heavy to pick up if it's just a single particle? But this is an important aspect that we're particularly of Asian thought, that in the West it's somewhat new to us. In the West, we tend to think in terms of linear time. A thing has a specific beginning, a middle, and an end. But in this kind of thinking, it's more circular. Another way to say it is that this moment is the entire universe. We tend to think of the universe as something huge outside of ourselves, but even a particle of dust contains the entire universe. This might be a lot to take in intellectually. And how does it affect our yoga practice? Well, we can see the effects of this in the very subtle movements that we make during a yoga class. For example, when we lengthen our back up, we might notice changes in our mood. We might notice changes in our breathing. We might find that our breathing goes deeper. Just a simple move, something as simple as lengthening the back up. The whole of the body changes. So if you change one thing, everything changes. That's another way of saying this. If you change one thing, everything changes. This is a really hopeful philosophy. But it's not just meant to be a philosophy, it's meant to be a practice, that if we change one thing about ourselves, everything's going to change about our life. One small habit that we can change or make for the better will change everything. There's a book out called Atomic Habits that I think is related to this. That there's a great power in small changes that we make. And we can view that change in the yoga class itself, during the class itself. Lengthening the spine up is one very small change. It doesn't seem like from the outside we're doing very much. But by keeping our posture tall, we're instilling a sense of confidence in ourselves. And we might feel physiologically different, perhaps better than we felt when we were slouching. And we're looking for those small changes throughout the poses. Little small adjustments here and there to our body, to our shoulders, to our hips, to our neck. All of these small things can make a big difference. When you pick up one particle, you pick up the entire Earth. Okay, let's begin on that note. Ready? Let's lean to one side. Let's just kind of lean over to one side, getting the hip opening up a little bit here. And then back up. And then over to the other side. and back up. And then coming forward, just leaning straight ahead. Keeping the back tall here. That's the fun part here, is that if you keep the back tall, you get a nice stretch out of the hips, out of the glutes. And even the back is going to be happy that it's not being bent right now. And then back up. And then holding on to the knees and leaning back, lifting the chin up, opening up the front of the ribs. Back to center. All right. Let's take one hand to the ground, the other hand overhead. Give the side a stretch. And breathing. Back to center. And the other direction. And back to center. Hands clasping behind the back, squeezing the shoulders together, lifting the chin, turning the palms out if that works for you. Releasing. Hands, bring them together in front. You could clasp your hands in front. And press your elbows together, tuck your chin around your back, breathe into the back body. You can even stretch out your legs at this point if you want to, just to really emphasize the roundedness of the back. Breathe into the back here. Okay, releasing, sitting up. Now let's point the toes. Point the toes to the wall and then towards the ceiling. Back and forth here a few times. And then some circles, make some circles with our feet. Keep on working on that posture, keeping the back upright. All right, and then swinging the feet behind us. Come onto all fours. Cat-cow. Now just continuing at your own pace, up and down. Getting the back nice and lubricated here. Enjoy the movement, the undulation of the spine. All right, and let's begin to move the right elbow and left knee. So we're going to come to center here and stretch out the left leg and right arm. Hold that for a few seconds.
And then begin to draw the knee and elbow together and back out. Together and out. Continue at your own pace. And switch. Right leg, left arm, and hold. Okay, and then when you're ready, commence with the movement of the elbow to the knee to the elbow. Okay, and then hands and knees on the mat. Let's sit back on the heels, lower the head, stretch out the shoulders now. Walking the hands up towards the top of the mat. Breathing. You could experiment with lifting your palms off of the ground, having your fingertips on the ground. Just walking the fingers up as high as you can here, away from your body. Feel that stretch through the shoulders. Okay. And then from here, let's move into downward dog. Transitioning to downward dog. Really take some time to maybe walk the feet in place a few times to start you out. Stretch those calf muscles. All right, and then so you can come to a place of stillness in your downward dog. Kind of letting the pose do its work. Softening the muscles around the neck. Feeling the heart above the head. Stretching the back of the legs. Straightening the knees a little bit more maybe. Slowly. You could start with bent knees and then slowly straighten them. Strong through the shoulders. Okay, and then let's look forward, walk the feet to the hands. We'll do one sun salutation rather slowly. Let's fold the body in half. Fold the body in half. Just let the hands come down where they will, without putting a lot of effort into the shoulders, the neck. Maybe taking some bigger breaths here. Okay, and then standing. As the body gets older, you can feel all kinds of creaks and cracks in it, maybe. I know I do. All right, and it's lifting the chin up and back. Squeezing the buttocks here. You can even place your hands at your low back. Kind of bringing your elbows together as you lean back a little bit. Kind of bending the knees a little bit. Engage your core muscles here to lean back and bracing your low back here with your hands. Squeezing your core muscles, squeezing your glutes. All right. Let's draw the palms together in front of the heart. Tuck the chin a little bit, lengthen the back. Check in with yourself. Feel your body. And calm the body down. Here's the most important thing, is calming the body down. Don't anticipate anything in the future as far as the next move goes. Just be in the present moment for right now. And see if you can calm the body down. And soften the various muscle groups in the body. Lifting or reaching the arms forward. Reaching the arms forward. Let's bring them forward. And hold on there with the arms straight ahead. Feel the muscles in the shoulders working there. Keeping the back tall. And then beginning to lift the arms towards the ceiling. Coming up out of the shoulders. Straight up, straight up. Holding. Okay. With the flat back, let's begin to slowly fold in half. From the hips, hinge from the hips. Back stays flat. When the back stays flat, there's little to no pain in the back, and you can feel that stretch in the legs, in the backs of the legs. I'm just going real slow through these movements so that we can feel the different parts of our body stretching, and we can take our time. We can purposefully relax the body in these poses rather than constantly anticipating the next move. We can breathe, take some time to breathe in each pose. Feel the body. Whatever it is that you're feeling today is totally okay. We don't have to make ourselves feel good. We get underneath the conceptualizing of our sensations. We get underneath or go before the mind conceptualizes our experience. That's what the mind does. It makes concepts out of an experience, and it tells us stories about what we're experiencing. And what we want to do with yoga is to go before the mind starts conceptualizing about the experience. We're just in this forward fold, feeling sensations. There's no added meaning to the feeling of these sensations. At the same time, these sensations we're experiencing in our body can also give us information. They can guide us. How much we bend our knees, for example, will be determined by what we're feeling in our body. How long we stay in this pose also will be determined by what we're noticing in our body. If you need to bend your knees, then you can do that. Okay, let's slide the left foot back, bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Bending the right knee. See what you notice there in the hips. Left knee can be on the ground or off the ground. Recommendation to strengthen the shoulders, kind of press the floor away from your body a little bit. Begin to lengthen slowly the back, maybe looking forward. You could even roll a little bit on the ball of your back foot, rolling forward and backward. Again, a little stretch out of the sole of the foot now. And then planting the hands and sliding or stepping the right foot back to meet the left. Starting out on the balls of the feet and then slowly lowering the heels down. Downward dog. Press into the heels of the hands. Fingers separated. Head comes down between the arms. Opening up the shoulders. It's almost like a kind of an internal rotation of the shoulders. Pushing the floor away from you with the heels of your hands. Slowly drawing the heels of your feet down. Slowly straightening the knees. All right, let's bend the knees now. Go ahead and bring them down. Keep the shoulders strong as you lower the knees. Notice the change in the shoulders now that the knees are down. Let's bend the elbows. Begin to look forward, lowering the chin, and then straightening the knees as you press forward and come down onto the front of your body. Give yourself a chance to rest here on your front side and notice any changes in your physiology laying down on your front side. You might feel a wave of relaxation coming across the whole body. Just soak that up. Then squeezing the buttocks, bringing the feet together, beginning to lift the head up just a little bit. Just holding there. All right, when you're ready to push up a little bit. Maybe stretching out the core muscles here. If your hips are close to the ground, you can stretch out your core muscles, lifting the chin. And then lifting the tailbone. Engage your core muscles. Tabletop. Push the floor away from your body so that you're engaging your shoulders here. Now curl the toes under the feet. Lift the knees up. Downward dog. Really stretching the back of the legs. So important for a healthy low back. I know that even today, this morning when I woke up, stiff low back, started stretching the back of some of my legs, and already I could feel a difference. It's an ongoing process with yoga. We just keep doing it every day in some form or another. Remembering that yoga isn't just simply these poses, it's also what we call karma yoga, or selfless service. This is also an important piece of yoga, that we serve others. We find a way to be of service to the world. That's also yoga practice, is to be of service to others in whatever capacity that is appropriate for you in your life. How do we be of service? It's a good question to come back to, because sometimes we lose sight of that aspect. Let me say more. Let's step the left foot forward. All right. And the right knee can stay raised or not. So what makes our work yoga, what we call karma yoga or action yoga, the yoga of action, what makes it yoga is that we not attach to the results of our action. This is the important point. Usually we are looking for results. I get myself caught up in this too much. And so it's important to remind ourselves, hey, it's not about the results. You just do your best. You do your best to help others. Sometimes the result is what you want, but not always. And we can't count on the result, but we have to do what we need to do. And that's karma yoga. We don't get caught in the results, but we nonetheless do what we got to do. Okay, let's step the right foot forward. Forward fold. Here's a nice thing you can try if you want. You can have your arms, there's a choice. One option is to have your arms dangling towards the ground. If they touch the ground, you just kind of let them relax. Second option is to clasp the hands behind the back and gently squeeze the elbows, the shoulders together. This is another way to do this. Take a few breaths. Enjoy being in this forward fold here a little bit. Okay, and then slowly lifting the head, coming to stand. Hands come forward. Take your time. Lifting. Straight up. All right, and then bringing the hands behind the back. Do this extra little step here. Bringing the hands behind the back and supporting the low back. Drawing the shoulders together and lifting the chin. Squeezing the buttocks, squeezing the core, and bending back. All right, and then back to center. Palms come together in front of the heart. Now let's really feel this pose here. The body touching the floor, the arms, the hands together, the legs. Picking up a particle of dust is picking up the whole earth.
what's happening right now, what we're doing right now, affects everything and everyone, even beyond our comprehension of that. This is also karma yoga. We've made a decision to do this action, karma, right now. And your yoga practice has an effect on your family, your job, your friends, because you've carved out this particular time to do this practice. It's changing the world in a very small way. But don't discount it. Okay, let's do a balancing pose from Anjali Mudra, Gasho. Lift one foot up. We'll go into crouching tiger. So we bend the other knee a little bit, lifting one leg up, bending the knee, and then the hands come kind of soft, wrists, elbows bent. Crouching tiger, balancing on one foot. Strengthens the standing leg a bit, helps its balance. We want a feeling of strength as well as flexibility here, strength as well as limpness. Okay, and then lowering down. Shift the weight over to the other leg, lift the standing leg, bend the standing leg, elbows bent, wrists limp. Back a little curved here. Breathe. Okay, and standing. Okay, where does your mind go? Can we let go of the conceptualizing of this experience and simply be in the experience itself before all of these concepts about what we're doing arise? Let go of the word yoga. Let go of the word standing. Let go of any stories you're telling yourself about what you're doing and just be in the form that your body happens to be taking. Notice the sensations in the legs, in the body. This is the way we get grounded. But even the word grounded is a conceptualizing of this experience. Okay, let's do one more standing balancing pose. This is King Dancer. This is to open up the shoulders a little bit and as well to balance the body and mind. Let's take the right foot forward and catch the left foot in the left hand. Use a chair to hold on to, use the wall to hold on to if you need it. Draw the knee down. Hold the foot close to the body to start. As you draw the knee down and hold the foot close to the body, you'll feel a pull through the thigh. Great stretch for the thighs. Very good if you're doing any kind of running or swimming or even walking. Just to stretch that thigh out can be a real benefit. Help you to go a much further distance than you would without having stretched. Same is true for the walking. Okay, now let's let go of that stretch and push the foot into the hand. This is where the shoulder opens up. You can turn the shoulder outward, externally rotate the shoulder. breathe into the rib cage, right? We're opening the ribs a little bit. Keep the standing leg strong and flexible. Bend the knee if you need to. And release slowly. Okay, let's stand. As you stand, scan the body, relaxing all of the parts, starting with the head going down to the feet. Relax the muscles around the face. Release any tension in the shoulders. Let them down. Let the arms relax. Let that leg soften where you don't need them to help you stand up. All right, let's shift the weight into the left foot. Catch the right foot in the right hand. Again, hold on to something if you need to here. Pressing the foot towards the body to stretch the thigh. Okay, and then when you're ready, go ahead and push the foot into the hand. Open that right shoulder up. Use the left arm for balance. And slowly release. And come back to mountain pose, standing. Okay, let's do some forward folds. You step the left foot forward, right foot back. Hands to the hips. Back flat as we fold in half from the hips. You could even lift your toes up off the ground here if you want, or keep them down. Your choice. And try it out. Another option here is to clasp the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together as the head comes forward and down. And then coming back up. Release the hands. Step the right foot forward and stand. Going through, scan the body from head to toes, relaxing anywhere there's tension, face, shoulders, arms, legs. And step the right foot forward now. Left foot back. Hands to the hips. Go ahead. Fold forward. Option to clasp the hands if you want to. It's your choice. If you want to clasp the hands behind the back and squeeze the shoulder blades together, straightening the elbows, head comes down towards the knee. And slowly rising back up. Release the hands, step the feet together. Go ahead and scan the body from head to toe. Relax all the parts that are not needed for keeping you standing. All right, let's reach the arms up overhead. Momentarily reaching the arms up overhead. Folding in half. Step the feet back, downward dog. All right, let's lower the knees. Sweep them to one side and sit down. Let's bring the feet forward, legs forward. Come into Dandasana, the seated pose. Left knee raises up now. Step the left foot over the right. Let's do a little twist here. Wrap the right arm around the knee. Left hand comes behind you and turn. Just a real easy twist here. Turning, starting with the hips and the low back, the shoulders, and then the head. A nice twist to the spine. Remember to breathe. Back to center. And switch the legs. Really, you want to encourage folks to remember to enjoy the practice. So important. It's when we enjoy it, we do it. When we don't enjoy it, when it becomes a hard thing, a task, something to get done, it becomes less interesting to us. So I want to encourage us to find the joy in this practice. As we twist, maybe you can feel the joy in your body as you twist it in ways it's not accustomed to doing regularly. Even if you do it daily, maybe it's just not a normal, natural kind of posture to be in this twist, unless you're conscious about it. But you can derive a lot of pleasure from a spinal twist. At least that's been my experience with these spinal twists. You could also hurt yourself, so you don't want to overdo it, but you can derive a lot of pleasure from spinal twist. And then back to center. All right, let's cross the legs, sitting upright. Take a moment to take the Sukhasana, easy pose, Sukhasana. Sukhasana, easy pose. And just cross the ankles and rest the hands on the knees and smile. Easy pose. This is called Sukhasana. You might notice your breathing. We can just take maybe 10 breaths here. You don't have to count them, but roughly 10. Okay, let's transition onto our back. Bring the feet off the ground, knees into the ribs, and just rock a little bit, stretch out the back. And then from here, we'll transition to shoulder stand. If shoulder stand feels like a lot today, you could always do bridge pose by putting your feet on the ground, lifting your back up. All right, if you want to try shoulder stand, just lift the feet over the head, press into the hands, then bring the hands to the low back, lift the legs. Circle the feet around the ankles in either direction. See if you can derive some pleasure here in shoulder stand. We'll just be here another 30 seconds or so. All right, begin to lower that down. All right, first start with the feet over the head, and then slowly lowering the back down. Hands used to, like brake pedals, slow down the movement. Press into the palms. Slowly let the back down, especially if there's any little bit of arthritis in the spine, which there often is for us. Let it be slow and gentle. Engage the core. As the legs lower, you could bend the knees if you want to. All right, and then rest. Feel the wave of relaxation coming over your entire body. Let's go right into deep relaxation from here.
Do a quick tightening and releasing of all the major muscle groups, all simultaneously. So let's start by wiggling the legs, wiggling the arms a little bit. Stretch out the jaw. Turn the head side to side a couple of times. Wiggle the back a little bit. Squeeze the buttocks, squeeze and release a couple of times, just real easy. And then let's take a deep breath in and hold it. Hold the breath in, squeeze the arms, the fists, squeeze the legs, lift the head, arms and legs simultaneously. Squeeze, release, and rest. We'll do a scan of the whole body, starting with the feet, going up to the head. Scanning the body. As you scan the body, beginning with the feet, relaxing all the muscles in the feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, all the way up to the hips. Right, the whole of the legs. And then the torso region from the hips all the way up to the bottom of the rib cage. All those internal organs there. Soften the tension and tightness around them. And then the ribs, the muscles around the ribs. Relaxing the heart muscle. I don't know if you can relax the heart muscle, but just if there's any kind of tension around the heart, see if you can dissipate it using your mind. You could even place a hand or two hands at your heart just to feel it beating, sending loving thoughts to your heart, gratitude for life. Moving into the vicinity of the arms, relaxing the shoulders, the biceps and the triceps, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists and the palms, the fingers and their tips. And allowing yourself to totally let go into any feelings of well-being, of ease, even sleepiness. Soften the eyes, the forehead. Letting the thoughts go. By that I mean we just don't hold on to them very tightly. We have a loose connection with thought.
allowing everything to let go. Letting go of thoughts, letting go of feelings. They're there, but you don't have to attach to them. You don't have to make them your feelings, your thoughts. Just acknowledge their presence when they appear and don't attach any special meaning to them. Just another couple minutes here. Okay, when you're ready, you can begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Roll, subtle rolling of the legs and the arms. Subtle movements, start to feel the sensation, waking the body up, restoring sensation to your physical body, coming back to your physical body. After that deep breath, stretch out the arms if you wish. You could also stay longer if you want in deep relaxation. Even when you're ready, go ahead and roll to one side and have a seat. See how we're doing on time. Okay, yeah, we're just at our time here, folks. So let's come to a seat and close out our class with a dedication. If you want to pray for somebody or something, there's so many things we can pray for. So many problems in the world across the world, the ocean, and right here in our own country and in our own state. You take your pick. If there's something in particular you want to pray for, I welcome you to do that in this silent moment. It's important that we pray keeps us connected to the suffering of the world and reminds us that we can do something about it. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Thank you. Okay. This closes our class.